Okay, basically here it is. It's giant, it's huge, it's the best value we've ever done. We launched it in January, you guys loved it, it became a customer pick, and we did $30 off a phenomenal price in January. Tonight, this is it, and it's our last and final look. I'm just gonna give you a brief on this. You're getting fabulous stamps, they're big, they're chunky, they're wonderful to clear. Just the marker sets you're getting with this, which is pro quality, this is more than a $100 value right here. You get a notebook, you get organization. We have an auto ship attached to this for 4 more shipments, and all of it ends here tonight. I'm gonna jump right over to England and Sara Davies because we have about 7 minutes to tell you everything we need to tell you. So girl, go.
Yes, indeed we have. Suzanne, there are 2 amazing types of colouring you need to learn about. There is watercolour work and then there is alcohol pen colour work. Now, if you have a little look at this, this is what we term watercolouring, okay? So when it comes to watercolouring, it's all about this, you know, getting a little bit of highlight, bringing the colour out. These you would do with your watercolour markers. Now, just keep in your mind, watercolour markers of comparable value, you're probably looking at $6, $7 a marker. Then we move on to alcohol pen colouring. That's where you get these sorts of shades, where you've got the light bouncing off a skirt, you've got depth and shade, you've got realistic skin tones and hair shades. Those are all achieved with alcohol pens, okay? What we've got is basically an uber big bumper starter bundle of all of the alcohol pens and of all of the watercolour markers you could possibly need to get started, all in one collection. So look at these. These were a world launch back in January. Now, each of these markers, if I take one of these out, Suzanne, what you'll see is fantastic Japanese quality brush nibs. So you've got beautiful lay down of colour here, and you've got 16 pens, but each pen has 2 colours in each one. So for example, we want to colour beautiful corals, okay? We're going to get a pale coral and a deep coral to be able to shade between the 2. So you're getting 16 markers, which is actually 32 pens. Now, you show me where you can buy 32 alcohol pens, Suzanne, for under $70, and trust me, we would be there. That is like unheard of to get that value of alcohol pens at that price. But that's just the first of 3 layers in the box. So the second layer, you move on, and we're into watercolouring. So with this one, you've got 8 of your watercolour markers, again with that beautiful brush nib. You get the specialist paint brushes, the water spritzer, you're going to get the opaque white marker, everything you need to do perfect watercolouring effects as well. Now that is just the first part of the today's special, because what you're going to do is, between these 2 tiers, Suzanne, that is over $100 worth of markers and accessories with the paintbrushes, okay? Over $100 worth. You're only paying $69.95 today. On top of that, you are getting an extra $40 worth of stamps, and then to put your stamps in, you get this amazing binder. So this is the second part of the today's special. Now, with that binder, what you're going to do is you're going to organise and store all of your stamps, and you're also going to work through a curriculum that we have planned of lovely educational content, and you're going to store your work in the little Ziploc wallets as we're going along. Now, if you get in on the programme today, there's a couple of 100 chances left to get in the auto ship program. Now, the auto ship's completely unique here at HSN, and not only do you get this first shipment, but then you'll be able to get 4 future shipments of auto ship. And in those future shipments, you would get more of the markers, you would get the watercolour pencils when we release them, you'd get the pens. Now, look at Becky here. She's working along with the classes. That is the third part of your class schedule. Third part of the today's special is that class schedule. Oh, there's your auto ships on there, Suzanne. So 4 future shipments, all at the same price. All you're going to be the first people to get your hands on these. They've actually not been launched individually, so it'll be your only chance to get them. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get your today's special home. You're going to, as you saw in the little video, you're going to start working through the educational program. So we've got classes on here. When I say classes, Suzanne, it's not like a little 20-minute tutorial. It's a 3-hour class, a 3-hour class on alcohol colouring. There's a 3-hour class on watercolouring. As you start and get your auto ships, each one of those has a live and interactive class going on with it. Loads of video tutorials. You've got all of the colour charts that you need to follow along. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the classes, you're going to use all of the stamps and accessories which come in the binder, and all of that is going to be using the amazing pens that you get. Now you can see the comparable retail value is just shy on $200. That's if you were to buy all of the markers, all of the stamps that bind, or when it comes out individually. That's not even taking account of the value that you would put on the education. That's not adding that value. That's just the physical product. And when you think there is, go online and have a look, Suzanne. There are nearly 250 perfect 5-star reviews. People saying when they got this in January, they literally started on a colouring journey and they have learned so much. So many of you have some of our Spectrum pens, whether you've got a few of the watercolour or a few of the alcohol markers, and you didn't know how to get the most from them. You didn't know the techniques. You only had a few, didn't have all of the colours. This programme will pick you up at the beginning, take you on that journey, and help you get the most from all the other colouring products you've got, or a new hobby that you might want to take up kind of as we go on.
And I want to show one more thing because I know we have to wrap it up. Guys, if you just use regular markers and you don't understand these techniques, this is kind of what things look like. You make a stamp, you color it in, you're like blah, blah, blah. Once you start learning the techniques, look what happens. Everything comes to life. And all I want to point out is, make sure and watch all the other finished products coming up in this hour with Sara, because you're gonna see these techniques used over and over. It takes whatever's kind of basic and plain of your stamps and takes it to this amazing level, like things almost jump off the page, and you get everything you need to really learn how to do it. And once you do, I promise you, you'll be hooked. And the techniques are amazing. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Remember, this is the last look. This is your last chance, and at midnight tonight, unfortunately, it doesn't go up like $5. It goes up to almost $140. You lose the 5 flex pay on that. Well, and you lose, remember, the $5. One $5 bill ships every crafting item you order today. So get in tonight before midnight and then shop, shop, shop. You know, do not miss out on these goodies we have planned for you. All right, guys, we're gonna keep moving on because we have such a jam-packed hour with Sara. And the next one is one of our clearance items.